So we're going to begin off this new year with a prayer to start our day from our wonderful Robert Gambrino. He works in our EOC. Robert is a deacon at Bel Air Baptist Church. Good morning, Rob. Thank you so much for leading us in prayer.
Good morning, Supervisor Powers. Thank you. Let us pray. Father God, thank you for this wonderful day. Thank you for blessing us with a beautiful sunny day to swear in these elected officials, Lord. You are truly awesome and amazing, and we appreciate every single elected official who stepped out into public service. I pray that you bless them, you guide them, you direct them in their actions and their words, that they may do what is best for our county. Also pray for our state officials that you may guide them. Also pray for our federal government that you may lead them and guide, direct them in your will. Just let your will be done and not ours. We know you are the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. Please be with each family that is represented here. And if they do not know you, I pray that they do come to know you. Pray all this in the precious name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Rob.
Amen. Thank you, Rob. And now I'm going to ask our newly elected Sheriff of Harrison County, Matt Haley, to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag.
Okay, thank you. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you so much, Sheriff. So we're going to start with number 1, order nominating and electing the president of the board for the year 2024. We just go in turn each year and take our turn. So we're going to start with nominating District 3 Supervisor Marlon Ladner to serve as board president for 2024. Motion?
I'll move it.
Motion.
So I have a motion and a second.
Yeah, second.
Any discussion? Any discussion?
No.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Take it away, sir.
Thank you, Supervisor Powers. Thank y'all. It's an honor to be elected as president of the Board of Supervisors. I think the first order of business that I'd like to take is, it's not on the agenda, but to recognize the new people that are here today. We have 2 new Board of Supervisors. We have Mr. Dan Cuevas, District 1, and Mr. Nathan Barrett, District 5. We have a new sheriff, Sheriff Matt Haley, and we have a new Chancery Clerk, Ms. Angela Thrash. So welcome. I think that's everybody that's new. I'd like to take this opportunity to allow anyone that would like to introduce you, family or guests in the audience. Start with Mr. Cuevas.
My wife Carrie and my sons Bradley and Carter.
I don't have anyone in the audience. My wife had to leave and my son's at wound care, so it's good to be here. I'm honored to serve.
Thank you. Thank you. Sheriff, would you like to introduce?
I would like to recognize our former sheriff, Sheriff Troy Peterson. He's here with us today. He's done an outstanding job as sheriff these last 8 years. He's been a great mentor to me and a great friend, and I look forward to his advice in the future. I also look forward to working with all of you. I feel like we already have a relationship, and it's going to be a great next 4 years.
Would you like to introduce some of you?
Sitting next to the sheriff is my chief deputy, Craig Necase. He will be my number 2 guy. So if you need somebody to holler at other than me, be this guy. And Christian Otis, he will be here at the courthouse. He will take my job that I had before I retired from the sheriff's office.
I do not, but I look forward to working with each and every one of y'all.
Thank you. Next order of business is nominating and electing vice president of the board for the year 2024. I think the order is, I believe.
That's what I've been told.
Yeah.
Yes, I'll make a motion to nominate Nathan Barrett to be vice president for 2024.
Do I hear a second?
A second.
Second by Supervisor Cuevas. Any discussions? Hearing none. All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Those opposed by no.
Aye.
Motion carries. Let me get my computer rolling here. There we go. Third, order approving the employment of Tim C. Holloman, Boyce Holloman and Associates as Board Attorney for the year 2024. Hear a
Motion.
Hear a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Those opposed by no.
Aye.
Motion carries. Order of employing Timothy L. Smith as road manager for the year of 2024.
I'll make a motion.
Motion.
Motion and a second.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by aye. Those-
Aye.
Those opposed by no, motion carries. Order approving the employment of Judy Williams as purchase clerk for the year of 2024. Chair will entertain a motion.
Gonna go number 5.
Motion.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor, any opposed? All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Those opposed by no,
Aye.
the motion carries. Number 5.
Go back to number 5.
I'm going back, I got it. Approving the employment of Jackie Turner as a county engineer for the year of 2024.
Make a motion.
I had a motion, do I hear a
Second.
second? Second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Those opposed by no, the motion carries. Number 7, order approving the employment of all, excuse me, of all existing employees of Harrison County for the year 2024. Do I hear a motion?
Make a motion.
Motion, do I hear a second?
Second.
Second, any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Those
Aye.
opposed by no, the motion carries. Order appointing an interim county administrator.
I'd like to make a motion to appoint Troy Peterson as interim county administrator until one can be hired.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Can I make a recommendation?
Yes, sir.
to the board that we actually enter into a consultant
Yeah,
agreement
absolutely.
instead of just hiring him because it might affect his retirement benefits?
Yeah, let the motion reflect, if it's all right, Supervisor Powers, that we hire and
Yes.
And we will draft a
draft
consultant
a
agreement.
consultant agreement with you for a period of time.
Do that by next
Yeah.
meeting.
That's fine.
All right, that, you hear a motion? And I think we have, do we
Yes,
have
we
a
do.
second?
Yes, sir.
Any opposed, any opposition? Hearing none, all in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Those opposed by
Aye.
no, motion carries. I appreciate that, or appreciate your service to that. Order appointing a supervisor to serve as a member of the Southern Mississippi Planning and Development District Board of Directors for a term ending December the 31st, 2027. Do I hear a motion? I would move, if necessary, to appoint Rebecca Powers. Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Second.
Hearing any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Those opposed by no, the motion carries. I'd also entertain a motion, it's not on the agenda, but to nominate Supervisor Nathan Barrett to serve on the LEO, that's the local elected officials position for the Mississippi Planning and Development District. So that's, I'm presently on that, but I will not serve, so I would like a motion to appoint Nathan Barrett.
I second that.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Those opposed by
Aye.
no. No, the motion carries. Reappointing Supervisor Marlon Ladner as a member of the Harrison County Utility District for a term ending December the 31st, 2027.
Motion.
Second.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by aye.
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 Those opposed by no, motion carries. All right, the chair now entertains a motion to elect another supervisor as a member of the Harrison County Utility District for the term ending December 31st, 2027.
I'll
I'll make
make a motion.
a motion to appoint Supervisor Dan Cuevas to serve for the Harrison County Utility District for this term.
Do I hear a motion? Do I hear a second?
Second.
Hearing a second, any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Those opposed by
Aye.
no, motion carries. Okay, number item 12, order appointing Sheriff Matt Haley as a member at large to the Harrison County Emergency Telephone System and Communications District E911 for a term ending December the 31st, 2027.
Motion.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by aye. Those opposed by no, the motion carries. At this time, our chair will also bring up a discussion since it's related to the E911 Commission. We've had discussions about ambulance provider serving on the E911 Commission. That's not an official. Tim, I think you've addressed this legally. There's no legal obligation to that particular appointment.
The only reference is the statute says something about appointing someone from the emergency management district. That doesn't necessarily services, doesn't necessarily include the head of them, but they can be a member.
All right,
Doesn't
Kim,
have to be.
could we appoint another, for example, the fire?
The fire chief is one listed, so yes.
Okay, so he would be
Yes.
appointed. Chair would entertain a motion to appoint Chief Sullivan on the E911 Commission. If- I will, we make a motion. Supervisor Clayton?
I'll make a
Motion.
All right, we got a second.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Those opposed by no.
Aye.
Motion carries. This time, I'd like to recognize, we got a substitute, not necessarily a substitute, but we got Mr. James Moody will discuss Candace Insurance, to discuss the health plan summary and reinsurance today. Mr. Moody? Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Ladner, and congratulations, everybody. Happy New Year.
Thank you.
Glad to be here. A few weeks ago, my colleague, Brett Bird, who normally joins you all for board meetings as well, I'm filling in for him today, he sent an email out highlighting, for one, we're needing to get our the county stop loss contract signed. Normally, we would have this done late October, early November. The plan itself takes effect January the 1st. But what happened as we were shopping and negotiating the stop loss, the health insurance stop loss, or what we call the reinsurance, we were needing an extra month of claims to get the best possible premium that we possibly could. In doing so, that did work out. Excuse me. If we were to come down at least by another $100,000 in premium from where we initially were. All in all, we are projected, and just for some historical context for Supervisors Clavis and Barrett, in 2022, the county was fully insured with Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Mississippi, and we had ran some feasibility, worked closely with the board and the administration at the time, and we saw that the best possible outcome to, one, provide better access to care, better quality care, and also what we think will be more affordable care to employees would be for the county to go self-insured. So we've done that. The plan itself did run a little bit higher than what we anticipated this year, but we are still anticipating to come down. We are still at least anticipating that the premium itself was still going to be at least $106,000 lower than where Blue Cross was. Through 11 months through this year, the self-funded plan itself ran about $96,000 lower than what Blue Cross had paid out through the 11-month period.
And that's the actual money amounts.
Yes.
Is the benefits roughly the same
So,
as far as our employees are concerned? I mean, if you're saving money at the loss of benefits, you know what I mean? But
so Dr. Ladner, that's actually where some of the increases came from, because people are actually going to the doctor more because the benefits are better. So 80% of the actual provider uses that we're seeing right now is at Memorial and Merritt Hospital Health Affiliates. So we have a multi-tier plan. Employees can actually go to Memorial Hospital or Merritt Health with a $0 deductible. They can still go anywhere else. They need to go to Ochsner, they need to go to MD Anderson, wherever that may be. They just have a $750 deductible. However, the goal here is to steer employees to Memorial Hospital, county-owned hospital, and also Merritt Health. And that's where a lot of our participation is right now. So Dr. Ladden, to answer your question, I think the benefits are actually better than where they have been, which is why we have seen that spike, why we're seeing more artists, why we're seeing more office visits, specialist visits, things like that. because people can actually afford to go now, which has been a real thing. Now, there are a couple recommendations that we do have this year. So, to backtrack very fast, when we were ending the term with Blue Cross in Mississippi, there was a 3% increase that issued to Harrison County. That was about a $210,000 increase overall. So we drove that premium up, and then this year, had we stayed fully insured with Blue Cross in Mississippi, we probably would have saw another 5 to 7% increase there as well. So all in all, we're self-funded, we're seeing claims kind of go up, but people can actually afford to go, and we're still under where we were from a fully insured standpoint, okay? Does that make sense? Now, there are a couple recommendations that we do have. One, we do have what we call a specific deductible. This is essentially individual severity of a risk. So technically, the county is technically on the hook for a claim up to $150,000 right now. And then from that $150,000 is where your stop loss kicks in. And they begin to reimburse the county for claims above that amount. Well, right now we're on what we call a 12-12 contract. Claims that are incurred and paid, claims have to be incurred, that are incurred have to be paid within that same 12-month to 1-year period. Well, our recommendation one is to transition to a 24-12 contract, where essentially it's going to cover previous year claims from January 1st, and then they'll be paid out from that previous year. They just have to be paid out by the end of that following year, if that makes sense. So what that does is it provides what we call run-in protection, and it covers those claims on the front end as well that may be lagging or may be incurred at the end of the year but not yet billed. So it provides the county some run-in protection going into that next year. Right now, we do have some claims that were normally at the end of the year, people have a tendency to go to the doctor. They go and get those end of the year checkups, procedures, whatever it may be, and they may be incurred but not necessarily reported check. So they may lag into the next year. So if we were to stay on the current contract that you all have right now, that would actually issue about another $500,000 to $750,000 in potential exposure. If we stayed on the current contract basis that we have right now, what we call 12-12. Well, if we're going to a 24-12, it actually will cover the county for those particular claims. Now, transitioning to this contract, yes, like I said, one, your fixed costs technically on a 12-12 contract are much lower than any other contract basis, okay? That's a very bare bones type self-funded contract agreement. But your fixed costs will be about 25% lower, but like I said, you carry more exposure with that, okay? From a self-funded out-of-pocket standpoint. So our recommendation would be to move to a 24-12 contract. Now granted, the contract itself is more expensive in premium just because of the exposure that the reinsurance carrier is having to take on, but it does protect the county, and overall it does keep you all fairly revenue neutral to where you are right now. Now,
So would it be like a balance out?
it almost would be a balance,
Yeah.
yes sir, Dr. Ladd.
Something-
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So, aside from the contract change, another recommendation that we do have is to transition from a $150,000 spec to a $175,000 spec, individual specific deductible. This past year, we only had two claimants, I think it was 2 or 4 claimants that hit that $150,000 spec, and from my understanding, they are no longer on the plan. So our rationale in moving that spec up is we increase that deductible, it lowers that premium, and it overall keeps you all pretty
Most
neutral
likely
where you
not
are right now. So overall, it's a pretty good winning scenario for the county, and as we move throughout the year, we're hoping that we can continue to see claims tail off. We are going to see a spike, I think, in the first quarter or two, just because people were using the plan towards the end of this year. We do have some high-level accumulators that were on the plan and definitely going into those providers, but we're hoping that it will tail off, and we're honestly hoping that we can keep the county's outlay or exposure to about $6.9 to $7 million year over year. That's the goal. Now, again, things do change again on a self-funded basis, but again, that's our anticipation here. We do apologize for not having this information to you a little earlier. Our goal was to shop the market. We did go to about 30 different reinsurance markets, okay? And Berkshire Union, y'all's current is actually, it came back the best out of everyone that we got more decline than most anything, just because y'all were in the first year of being a self-funded plan. So it was important that we got that last month of claims data, okay? So all in all, I think y'all do have a fairly decent renewal. Again, we did run a little higher than what we anticipated this year, but we think a lot of that is attributed to people actually using the plan more and being able to actually afford the plan, Okay. So that's all I do have. I am going to need a signature, and we did provide 2 contracts. My colleague had sent 2 contracts over this past Friday to sign. One's a 150 and one's a 175. Like I said, our recommendation is to go with that $175,000 individual deductible.
So you need authorization, we need to authorize the signature of that.
Yes, so that, and also just, yes, sir, and the transition from a 12-12 to a 24-12. Yes, sir.
12-24.
And that's all we got. Y'all don't have any other questions for me?
Thank you, Mr. Moody. Any questions from the board? All right, thank you, sir.
Thank y'all so much.
Thank
Congrats
you.
again.
Chair will entertain a motion to approve the recommendation of Mr. Moody in reference to the 12-12 and of course the 175 stop loss.
I'll second. I'll make a motion. I second.
Hearing, any discussion, any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by aye. Those opposed by no.
Aye.
The motion carried. Got a little time delay, I'm gonna start holding off a little bit to give that phone time delay to catch up. All right. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all.
All right, the consent agenda, agenda items 14 through 17 is placed on the agenda. Basically routine, non-controversial matters in which most likely all supervisors will likely agree. You don't have to. If you have an issue with one of them, please feel free to bring it up. But if not, the chair will entertain the motion for the consent agenda.
Motion.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Hear none, all in favor signify by aye. No, any noes? Motion passes. Order acknowledging receipt of and approving petitions for the decreases to the 2023 real property roll as recommended by the tax assessor. Chair, entertain a motion.
Have motion.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second. Any discussion? Hear none, all in favor signify by aye. Those opposed by no. Motion carries. Let's see. Order acknowledging receipt of and approving petitions for decreases to the 2023 personal property roll as recommended by the tax assessor.
I'll make a motion.
A motion, do I hear a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Hear none, all in favor signify by aye. Those opposed by no, the motion carries. Order acknowledging.
Excuse me, Marlon, I'm going to go ahead and get off the call now. I have an 11 o'clock, so I'm going to leave now, but thank you all very much, and congratulations to our newly elected members.
Thank you, Rebecca.
Thank you.
Thank
See
you,
later.
sir.
I think, did we finish 20?
Yes, sir.
Decrease? Okay.
No, we haven't done.
We had
No,
voted.
20, yes.
We had voted on it.
No, we haven't even.
Oh,
started.
I'm sorry. Order acknowledging receipt of and approving petitions for decreases to the 2022 personal property roll as recommended by the tax assessor.
I'll make a motion. I
Second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by aye. Those opposed by no, the motion carries. On the tax collectors, spreading upon the minutes, personnel changes for the tax collector's office as listed and on file with payroll administrator and the human resources department.
I'll make a motion. I second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by aye. Those opposed by no, the motion carries. Order approving notary public commission for Rebecca Williams, tax collector's office, payment and bonding of same.
Motion.
Do I hear a second?
I second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by aye. Those opposed by no, motion carries. Order approving statutory annual salary increase effective January 1st, 2024 for tax collector Sharon Barnett as per Mississippi Code Section 25-3-3 that's within the budget planned.
Make a motion.
Hear a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by aye. Those opposed by no, motion carries. On the county engineer, order approving the final plat for Stock Ridge subdivision, which is 74 lots located in section 21, township 6 south, range 11 west, supervisor voting district 5, first judicial district as recommended by Jackie Turner, engineer, Harrison County, as follows.
Motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by aye. Those opposed by no, the motion carries. Order awarding bid for pump station for Tradition Medical City to Bottom 2 Top Construction LLC in the amount of $203,917.15 as recommended by BMA and Jackie Turner County Engineer. Project is funded 100% with grant funds.
I second.
And that is the low bid.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by aye. Those opposed by no, the motion carries. An emergency communication, approving travel for Ronald Davis, training chief, to attend 2024 Mississippi Fire Service Instructors Association Annual Training Conference, March 6 through 8, 2024 in South Haven, Mississippi. Projected cost $700 and funds are available within budget.
Motion.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by aye. Those opposed by no, motion carries. Sand Beach. Authorizing the Sand Beach Department to file a sub-grant application with the Mississippi Development Authority for the Mississippi CDBG-DR mitigation program for $4,248,550 to continue expanding the concrete boardwalk along South Beach in the city of Biloxi.
I'll make a motion.
Do I hear a second? Second, any discussion? All in favor signify by aye. Those opposed by no, motion carries. Order approving payment of claims listed to be paid from the tort account.
Motion.
Do I hear a second?
A second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by aye. Those opposed by no, motion carries. Order concurring with the road manager on employment as listed and as on file with payroll clerk and human resources department.
Make a motion. Second.
Second, any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by aye. Those opposed by no, motion carries. Order concurring with the county administrator on employment as listed and as on file with payroll clerk and human resources department.
Motion.
Do I hear a second?
A second.
Second, discussion. Hearing none, all in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Those opposed by no, motion carries. Purchasing Department, discuss the matter of posting advertisement only on Harrison County Board of Supervisors website for all bids instead of all bid documents, so we can keep track of true spec holders. This would push the interested parties to asking us to log, I guess, wait a minute, but this would push the interested parties to asking us and us being able to log each spec holder. Discussion, Judy, Ms. Judy?
Yes, sir. What it is at this time, we post the ad and then we post the specs and any addendums for every bid on the Harrison County website. However, there's no way we can keep track if a spec holder gets it, because we like to keep a log of who has our specs.
So in effect, the spec holders, the spec receivers could be getting it from the computer people and you wouldn't know about it.
Right. So but we can still post the ad every time, which the ad will tell them where to go to get it or call us.
So you will know.
So we can still post the ad, but not everything else that goes along with it.
Okay.
So that's all I'm asking, just to cut down on everything we're putting on the website, because otherwise we wouldn't have a clue.
There's no
who's
danger
getting
of
the mail.
reducing the number of applicants of
Right.
those specs, is there? There's no danger of that, doing it this way, that the
No,
number
sir,
of people who
because-
would apply for the specifications or
They'll call if
prospective
nothing
bidders.
else to get it.
Pardon me?
They'll call us
Oh,
if
they'll
nothing
call you
else
to
to
get
get
it.
it.
Will that change anything on the contractor's side?
No.
That are actually doing the bid, so they'll never see, it'll still be uniform for them?
Yes, it'll still, we're posting now on the plan house, and it still will go there along with everything.
So there's no learning curve for them on the
Right.
backside? Okay.
Right.
Yes, so you need board approval to do that?
Yes, sir.
Chair will entertain a motion to do such.
A second. No, but I make a motion.
Second.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Those opposed by no, motion carries. Recognize the sheriff as he reports on the number of persons currently housed in the Harrison County Jail.
Total count today, 748, 71 misdemeanors, 27 clear state inmates, and 31 federal inmates.
Okay.
And before I sit down, this is not anything that I want to discuss today. We'll talk about it next week or the next meeting. Just kind of an overview of my plans and what I'd like to do going into the future. But it's something we can discuss next week, give y'all some time to look at it.
Okay, thank you, Sheriff. Any questions that you have, Sheriff? All right, number 33, order spreading upon the minutes personnel changes of the Sheriff's Office as listed and on file with payroll clerk and human resource department.
Motion. Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Those opposed by no, motion carries. Order authorizing the Sheriff's Office to sell one Glock Model 22, serial number YUY 438, asset number 23640 to retiring Sheriff Troy Peterson for a fee of $1 as allowed by Mississippi Code Section 459131.
Motion. Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Those opposed by no, motion carries. Order spread accepting the low quote from Prologic ITS LLC in the amount of $39,100 for 25 PowerHeart G5 automated external defibrillators with mobilized compact kits payable from 029-215-917.
Make a motion.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by aye. Those opposed by no, motion carries. Authorizing disposal of assets per attached list and authorizing the inventory clerk to remove same from the inventory.
Motion.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second, any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Those opposed by no, motion carries. Order authorizing reimbursement to the road fund 150-00-360 in the amount of $320 for the Civic Center rentals for November 2023 payable from 001-510-581. Details are attached.
Make a motion.
Second.
Second discussion. Hearing none, all in favor signify by aye. Those opposed by no, the motion carries. Authorizing the reimbursement to the road fund of 000-360 in the amount of $540 for Civic Center rentals for October 2023 payable from 001-510-581. Do I hear a motion?
Second.
Mr. Ladner,
Yes.
before we go any further, I forgot to mention that I would like to retain Hopkins, Barbier and Hopkins as my legal counsel.
Okay. Hearing the sheriff, do I hear a motion?
Make a motion.
Do I hear a second?
Are we making a motion on this or number 38?
Well, we actually
I
have number
forgot to mention
38,
it was
but
my turn.
that's all right. Let us finish 38 and then we'll
Okay.
come back to you. I'm sorry, you're right.
I'll make a motion on 38.
I second. Second 38.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Those opposed by no, the motion carries. All right, Sheriff will entertain the motion.
Okay.
Do you hear the sheriff's motion to
I'll make a
hire his
motion.
attorneys?
Motion. I second. Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Those opposed by no, motion carries. Don't feel bad, I forget about them all the time. All right, moving to 39. Order adjudicating payment of the November 2023 travel and procurement card as follows, as listed.
I'll make a motion.
As a motion, do I hear a second?
I second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Those opposed by no, the motion carries. Order authorizing advertisement to receive requests for proposals for janitorial services for the Department of Human Services at offices located on Seaway Road.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Those opposed by no, Motion carries. Order approving claims docket per Mississippi Code of 1972, annotated section 19-13-27.
Motion. Second.
Any discussion? All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Those opposed by no, motion carries. Order approving payment of the following claims.
Motion. Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor signify by aye. Those opposed by no, motion carries. Order authorizing issuance of duplicate warrants as listed for certificates and affidavits on file with the Chancery Clerk.
Make a motion.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
And opposed by no, motion carries. Order approving employment of Angela Thrash, Chancery Clerk, for calendar year 2024 to collect and assemble data and information to perform the services required by the Board of Supervisors for preparing homestead exemptions per Mississippi Code 1972, annotated section 27-3337, and to perform certain duties and fixing compensation as provided in said statute.
Make a motion.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Only discussion, Angela. What does the statute indicate as far as compensation?
Marlon, I'm actually not sure. I'll have to look it up. What is it?
Okay, Tim.
I'll have to look, it's a per exemption, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's-
It's per homestead application.
Yeah, it's per homestead application.
Yeah.
For some reason,
I'll look
I was
at it.
thinking of, I'm thinking the last one was around 40,000.
That is for records preservation.
That's different?
Yeah, that won't be on Monday's meeting.
Okay, that's different then.
Yeah.
Give me
Okay,
about 10 seconds more and I'll find it for you.
Okay.
But go ahead.
all right. Do I hear a motion?
Yeah, motion
is second.
Already had it?
Yes, sir.
All those in favor signify by aye. Those opposed by no, motion carries. On the board agenda, order considering approving the request to place historical marker on the sand beach near Highway 90 and Port Avenue made by James Crowell, Chairman of the Biloxi Middle Passage Committee.
Make a motion.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Only discussion, this is civil rights marker or something?
It is.
Okay. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Those opposed by no, motion carries. Order spreading upon the minutes to compromise and settlement order in the claim style William Burleson Sr. and or Linda Burleson versus Harrison County, Mississippi.
Motion. Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Those opposed by no, motion carries. Order approving notary public commission for Elizabeth Tibbley, administrative assistant, District 5, payment and bonding of same.
Motion.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by aye. Those opposed by no, the motion carries. Consider approving the request of the Bayou Gulf States chapter of the Paralyzed Veterans of America to waive the rental fees of the County Farm Road 361 shelter from February 2nd through 4th, 2024 to host the annual national, is that Bosia tournament? What?
That's a bachi.
Bocce ball.
Bocce? Okay. Y'all got me on that one.
I make a motion.
Now your second.
Second.
All in favor signify by aye. Those opposed by no, the motion carries.
Mr. Wagner, to answer
Yes,
the
sir.
question, it's $1 per application up to 2,000. And it goes down to 75% for the next 2,000 and 50% for the next 2,000. So it's increasing.
We don't know how many
Depends on the applications.
Yeah. Harrison County's gonna be
So
pretty
it's a
good.
fee that tax assessor prepares, the homestead comes to us, we put them in order, send them all to the states, and for every application, it's $1 and then 75 cents and then 50 cents.
Good, okay. So it goes down. No.
Yeah.
Thank you. Did we do 40? We had no
Yes, we
40.
did 48.
We did 49?
Yes, sir.
No, we gotta do 49.
49.
Order adjudicating and authorizing expenditures as listed as necessary to advertise and bring into favorable notices the opportunities, possibilities, and resources of Harrison County, Mississippi, including all forms of advertising, including but not limited to broadcast advertising, logo recognition on publicity, collateral, other media, and all broadcast printed materials and signage along with the link displayed to Harrison County online, and there's the county thing. Recipients are required to show proof of advertisement payable from 002-100-522, and that's number A below.
I'll make a motion.
Do I hear a second? Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, signify by aye. Those opposed, no. Motion carries. I think that's it. Mr. Holman, you got anything?
Yes, just the board on the second meeting in once they approved advertising county resources for the Iberville. Looking at that, I'm concerned, I've asked the board to hold that in abeyance until we either confirm that that's okay, or we give the AG's opinion saying that that's okay. It would have fit better under the interlocal agreement than it does under advertising county resources because of the amount of it. Board members can be liable for those expenditures. So I want to make sure that that's appropriate one way or the other. So I recommend the board would hold that in abeyance and you authorize payment and funding of it. So I just want to make sure that doesn't get funded and paid until we confirm that that's okay.
Okay, so I guess we can entertain a motion as such to hold in abeyance
Hold it in
until
abeyance. What item
attorney
number it
report.
was.
I'll make a motion.
You hear, I hear a motion, do I hear a second? Second?
Second,
Any further discussion?
Hopefully we'll get that answer by the next meeting.
Right,
If
next
not,
meeting.
I'll come back and ask for authority to question AG's opinion on it.
Okay. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, signify by aye.
Aye.
Those opposed by no. Motion carries.
And with the board's permission, I'm going to talk to the Ibervilles to make sure they understand why I did that. Sorry that.
Yeah,
Don't want
communicating would be good in
I will.
that situation.
I'll call them and explain I have concerns about it. We'll figure it out.
Good. Ms. Thrash?
I do not think.
Ms. Cuevas? Anything?
No, sir. Thank you.
I don't either. Mr. Jones, good to see you, sir.
Good to see you.
Anything? Supervisor?
No, sir.
Sheriff, you got anything?
It's everything that I thought it would be for my first meeting.
It's quick work.
That's right, yeah.
That's the first thing you want to be quick.
Yes, sir.
Okay, if there's nothing else, then the chair will, no need for executive session, anything.
Not unless anybody's got any questions. We don't have anything that an urgent nature about litigation. But any of the supervisors have questions about any pending litigation, just let me know and I'll advise you. Fortunately, we're in a good place at the moment. See anything that's earth shattering.
Again, I want to congratulate all you folks on the board, and as well as the sheriff and Angela, and you guys. Looking forward to working with y'all for the next 4 years.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. And the chair now will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Do I hear a second? All in favor, signify by aye.
Aye.
Those opposed by no, the motion carries. Thank you. Thank all of you. Now,